Maffia.
All the fellas in the clubs, get your puss on ice. Lady in the club, shake your body like nice. Five kind of jam, cause we're doing it right.
You got the info, keeping it tight.
Lisa Maffia.
Lisa Maffia. What did you think? See,
Absolutely fantastic.
they made the effort. Lisa, you look absolutely stunning. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Now, congratulations are in order, I believe. You have been nominated for 3 MOBO Awards. Now, that's Music of Black Origin, is that
yes.
OK, Lisa's been nominated for the UK Act of the Year, Best Newcomer and Best Garage Act.
Yes.
You're up against Mystique,
Yes.
Big Brothers,
Yes.
Sugar Babes and The Streets. So how do you rate your chances? What do you think, sir?
Do you know, it's an honour to be nominated 3 times anyway. It's only the beginning of my solo career, even though I came from Soul Solid Crew and we totally wiped out the MOBOs that year when we was out. So, yeah, it's just an honour to be nominated. So,
and to be nominated for 3 is fantastic.
Yeah,
now you mentioned So Solid Crew. They had a big hit with you with, was it 21 Seconds?
21
the first
Seconds,
big hit?
yeah.
That was a big thing. How do you describe that setup? Because I'm a little bit older than you. And for me, I'm used to bands being 4 or 5 people. And you've got, how many guys? There's a picture of certainly one gathering of So Solid Crew.
Yeah.
It's like a school reunion. And that's only about half of you, I believe. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot of us, put it that way. I haven't counted recently, but...
So what is it? It's a collective? It's a...
It is. We're like... we grew up together from, like, 13, I've known the boys. But it's, you know, there isn't only just musicians in this. There is the business side of things as well. We've got a record label and the production side of things as well. So there's a lot going on. It's just not just musicians.
So not everyone in the group is necessarily a musician or something?
Going to be on stage, no.
So you've got like an accountant in the band as well and a chef?
No, well, yeah, I suppose there is a couple of good cooks.
A masseurs?
I wish.
No, so you were they called you the first lady of the So Solid Crew, and you were the only woman in the group for a while.
I was for a very long time, for like almost 2 years, because I was kind of tomboyish growing up, and you know, as I said, I've known the boys since I was 13, so I've always been around them. I always loved music as well.
So how old are you now?
24.
24. You knew since you were 13. So presumably you had your pick of the fellas, I want to imagine.
Pick of the fellas? No, they're more like my brothers.
Really?
Even though me and G-Man did have a relationship.
OK, so G-Man. Now, what's the deal with all the names in the band? Because you all have... Because Lisa Maffia is actually your name, isn't it? It sounds like you're referring to the crime family in it, but you're not. You happen to be Lisa Maffia. But the rest of the band, I had to write the names down because there's Mega Man, there's Keish, Asher D, Romeo, Harvey, well, that's a regular name, I guess. Sniper, that's a nice name.
He's out in Cyprus, that sounds Cypriot connections.
Yeah, that's what it is, sure. Synth, Danderman, Crazy, there's loads of names there. Now, so you take a name or you're given a name? What's the deal with the names?
Well, I mean, a lot of the names have been carried through from when we was really young.
Right, so these were nicknames you had when you were kids?
Yeah, well, some of them. Some
Sniper, he sounds like a scary guy.
No, he's not even scary.
But there was a vibe around the So Solid Crew for a while. People were a bit scared of you guys.
Why?
There was the whole kind of gangster thing going on.
Well, they say gangster and all this stuff, but I think they totally use the whole rap thing as an excuse, something to blame, isn't it? Come on, it goes way back. It goes further back from just music. It is the government as well. You can't just pinpoint music as you know, the trouble for gun violence. Or
well, also it's got a lot to do with it's that kind of white middle class neighbour, I guess, that a bunch of black rappers would move in next door. And I would welcome you guys moving next door. Come on in.
We could invite you to one of our hippest parties.
Well, I would like to come to one. Do you think I would fit in quite adequately?
Of course you would.
OK. Now, let me ask
you a bit.
Let me ask you about the bling bling. Now, change me? What would need changing?
Take those off.
What, these shoes?
Yeah.
What's wrong with these shoes?
How do you fit your toes in the point?
Well, they're not all the way down the point.
You have to buy them about three times bigger.
That's a very modern pair of shoes.
I mean, where's your toe stop around here?
No, I'm not some sort of a freak.
But then you're a witch.
Yeah. Well, do you not consider that a smart shoe?
I mean, it looks lethal. It looks dangerous.
Well, you know,
more dangerous than everyone's ever thought. So Solid.
So Solid Crew. Nice round trainers.
Yeah.
But what's the deal with the gangster rap, though, where it's going on about...
Why is it gangster rap?
Well, there's some of the other rap
music, okay.
The rap music.
Yeah.
When they big themselves up. and it's all talking about yourself. But
You
then
pick yourself up. I heard you earlier say how I'm looking good for my age and my hair and...
You know, you're right. I do big myself up quite a lot.
Well, there you go.
But Lisa, if I don't big myself up, who's going to big me up?
Ah.
See, you'd get bigged up with the drop of a hat. I'm sure they're queuing up to big you up. I'm so thrilled that you're doing well because, you know, it's so nice to see there's a band then, you're right, you didn't really get a fair deal necessarily. So Solid Crew got a lot of things said about them that I'm sure weren't true. Yes. And even now it seems difficult. But it is tricky. You can see why when people write about it, because there are shootings sometimes at concerts and that kind of stuff.
I mean, how can we really prevent... I mean, there could be some nutter out in that audience. I mean,
What do you mean, could be?
That's what I mean, that you just don't know.
We got Jack D back there, I'm worried enough about him.
No, I mean, I don't particularly look at somebody and take that off just their image. I mean, that's ridiculous. And there is a lot of people in the crew and everybody is an individual. You cannot hold us responsible for somebody else's actions, you know?
Well, you know, I just hope that the trouble that seems to sometimes follow you guys around, I hope that dies down.
Yes.
Good luck with the tour and good luck with the album and
Thank you.
good luck with the awards, because I'm sure you'll pick up at least one. Who knows, you might get the hat trick. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Lisa Maffia. Thank you so much. Really nice to meet you. Thank you. Thank you.